You can be right on more than half your trades and still lose money. Most beginners don't believe that until it's already happening to them. Today, I'm going to show you the exact math that decides whether a setup is even worth taking, and why the traders who get this one number wrong end up quitting, no matter how good their analysis is. Welcome back to From Zero to Funded in 30 Days. This is day 16, and today we are covering the concept that separates traders who make money over time from traders who don't. Reward to risk, or as most people call it, R to R. Here's what I want you to understand before we go any further. In days 13, 14, and 15, we talked about entries, exits, and stop losses. Those are the mechanics. Reward to risk is the math that ties them all together and tells you whether the whole trade is even worth taking. You can pick a perfect entry, place a perfect stop, and manage a perfect exit. And if your reward to risk is broken, you will still lose money over the long run. That is not an opinion, it is math. By the end of this video, you're going to understand what reward to risk actually is, why it matters more than your win rate, the minimum ratio I take on NQ, and the honest math nobody in this space wants to tell you. How many trades you can actually lose in a row and still be profitable at the end of the year. Let's define this clearly first, because I see a lot of confusion around the term. Reward to risk is simply the ratio between how much you stand to make on a trade if you're right versus how much you stand to lose if you're wrong. That's it. Two numbers. Your potential profit divided by your risk on the trade. If you're risking $100 on a trade and your target is $200, your reward to risk is 2 to 1. If you're risking $100 and your target is $300, that's 3 to 1. And if you're risking $100 and your target is only $50, that's a broken half to 1 ratio, and you should almost never take that trade, no matter how confident you feel. Notice something important. You don't need percentages. You don't need to know your win rate to calculate reward to risk. All you need is two numbers you already have before you enter the trade: your stop distance and your target distance. Multiply them by the same point value on NQ, and you've got your ratio. The ratio isn't a prediction. It's not saying you'll win $2 for every one you risk. It's saying if the trade works, you make twice what you'd have lost. Whether the trade works or not is a separate question, and that's where win rate comes in. Almost every beginner I've ever coached focuses on one thing: trying to be right more often. They obsess over win rate. They chase strategies with 70, 80, 90% win rates because they think being right more equals making more money. That is the wrong game, and I'll prove it with numbers. Trader A wins 70% of their trades. That sounds amazing, right? But their average winner pays them $1, and their average loser costs them $2. Over 100 trades, they win 70 times at $1. That's $70. They lose 30 times at $2 each. That's $60. Net profit $10 over 100 trades. Almost break even. Trader B wins only 40% of their trades. Sounds like a losing trader, right? But their average winner pays them $3 and their average loser costs them $1. Over 100 trades, they win 40 times at $3, $120. They lose 60 times at $1, $60. Net profit $60. Trader B wins less often and makes 6 times more money. That is the whole game. It is not about being right. It is about making sure that when you're right, you get paid enough to more than cover the times you're wrong. Reward to risk is the mechanism that makes that possible. Let me tell you the specific rule I follow, and then I'll explain why. On every NQ setup I take, my target must be at least 2 times my risk. 2 to 1 is the floor. If a setup can't offer me at least 2 to 1, I don't take it. 2 to 1 minimum, or I sit on my hands. Most of my actual trades run closer to 3 to 1 or even 5 to 1 because I anchor targets to the 161.8% Fibonacci extension from day 12, and that's usually well beyond a simple 2 to 1 distance. Sometimes I catch a runner that ends up 10 to 1 because the trend keeps going. Why 2 to 1? Because with a 2 to 1 reward to risk, you only need to win about 34% of your trades to break even. Think about that for a second. You can be wrong on almost 2 out of every 3 trades and still not lose money. That is a huge margin of safety. Here's the math almost no free trading channel actually shows you. I want to be really direct about this because it changes how you should feel about losing streaks. At a 2 to 1 reward to risk, your break-even win rate is 34%. Now let's talk about losing streaks specifically, because this is where most beginners quit. At a 40% win rate, the probability of losing 3 trades in a row is about 22%, which means if you take 100 trades in a year, you should mathematically expect to have a stretch of 3 straight losses more than 20 different times. A stretch of 5 straight losses will still happen a few times. That's not you being a bad trader. That's the math of what a 40% win rate strategy looks like in real time. The only way it doesn't ruin you is if your reward to risk is set up so that when the win finally comes, it pays for the whole streak plus profit on top. Every trade I take on NQ, before I click, I calculate 3 things in my head, and I want you doing the same. Number 1, my stop distance in points. If my entry is at 19,085 and my stop is at 19,072, my stop distance is 13 points. Number 2, my target distance in points. If my target is at 19,200, my target distance from 19,085 is 115 points. Number 3, the ratio. 115 divided by 13 is roughly 8.8. That's an 8.8 dash to dash 1 setup, way past my 2 to 1 minimum. That's a green light. If the math doesn't work, say my target is only 20 points away and my stop is 15 points, that's a 1.3 dash to dash 1 setup below my minimum, and I pass. Not sad about it, not annoyed. I just move on and look for the next one. There is always another trade coming. Trading less is a feature, not a bug. Almost every beginner I've coached takes way too many trades, and the majority of those extra trades are low reward to risk setups they should have skipped. Cutting your trade count in half by only taking setups that meet your R2R minimum is one of the fastest ways to become profitable. Missing a trade is not a loss. Missing a trade is neutral. Taking a bad trade is a loss. Those are not the same thing, and beginners confuse them constantly. Every trade you skip because the math didn't work is a trade you didn't lose money on. Reward to risk is not about being greedy. It's about only entering when the math is on your side. Let's walk through this the way I actually trade it live. NQ has been in an uptrend all morning. Price pulls back into a golden zone from day 12. My Fibonacci retracement lands the 61.8% at 19,015. I'm watching for a long. I get my confirmation candle from day 2, a solid rejection wick, and I'm ready to enter at 19,020. Before I click, I run the math. My stop is at 19,000. Stop distance 20 points. On one NQ contract, that's $400 of risk. Now I look for my target. The prior day's high is at 19,150. That's 130 points of potential reward. 130 divided by 20 is 6.5. That's a 6.5 dash to dash 1 setup. Take the trade. But what if the prior day's high was only at 19,050? Then I've got 30 points of reward against 20 points of risk. That's a 1.5 dash to dash 1 setup. Below my minimum. Same beautiful chart, same clean entry. But the math is broken. I pass. And I don't feel bad about it, because passing on that trade doesn't cost me anything. Taking it and losing costs me $400. Real quick, I want to connect this to what we're going to cover tomorrow on day 17, position sizing. Your reward to risk ratio doesn't change based on how many contracts you trade. The R to R decides yes or no. The size decides how much. And the how much is always capped at 1% of your account, regardless of how good the ratio looks. Let me hit the mistakes I see traders make constantly. Mistake 1. Setting the target to whatever makes the math work. That's not analysis, that's fantasy. The target has to be at a real level. Mistake 2. Cutting winners early. 3-to-1 plan. Close at 1.5 to -1 because you got scared. You broke the math. Mistake 3. Moving stops wider mid-trade. Widen your stop by 50% and your R to R just became 1.3 to -1. Mistake 4. Ignoring R to R because the setup is really strong. The market doesn't care how good the setup looks. The math is the math. If the R to R is broken, no amount of setup quality fixes it. The single biggest reason beginners quit trading isn't losing money. It's losing money and thinking they must be doing something fundamentally wrong. Here's the shift that ends that suffering. When your reward to risk is properly set, minimum 2-to-1, ideally 3 or higher, a 5-loss streak is completely expected. It doesn't mean anything is broken. It means you're a trader whose system is playing the odds correctly. The math is designed so that when the winning streak comes, it more than pays for the losing streak. But you have to actually get to the winning streak, which means you have to keep trading through the losing one. That is why R to R is the single most important number in this whole video. Remember, you can be right on more than half your trades and still lose money. If your reward to risk is set up correctly, you can be wrong on almost 2 out of 3 trades and still come out ahead. 2-to-1 minimum on every NQ trade. Target has to be a real level. Stop stays where structure said it goes. Do the math before you click. That's your reward to risk playbook. Tomorrow, Day 17, we're going straight into position sizing, the exact math that decides how many contracts to trade. Together, they turn trading into a business. If today changed how you're going to look at your next trade, drop a comment telling me the last reward to risk you had. I will see you tomorrow in Day 17.